Hey, look who's joined us today. It's our guest speaker. Michelle Zettergren is here joining us.
Hi,
Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Hello, everybody.
So we have a couple more minutes. There's a couple more people hopping on.
Okay, great.
A minute or two.
Don't mute myself.
Get started.
Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Bobby.
Hi, Abby. How you doing? How was your workout today?
What's up, Bob?
My workout,
Good.
let's just say my personal
How you doing,
trainer
Bob?
tried to kill me.
Oh my goodness. Well, we're glad you made it here to join us today. And you're still smiling.
Yeah, well, he's lucky I didn't start cursing at him because he made me do burpees again.
Those are your favorite, right?
Oh, I hate them.
Yeah,
Hi, Megan. Happy birthday, Meg.
Happy birthday,
So,
man.
Michelle, we're going to all sing happy
Yeah.
birthday to Megan at the end of the call.
Yay.
Today is her
We
birthday.
should. Are
Happy
you going out
birthday.
today?
it's today.
Happy birthday. That's awesome.
We don't have to. It doesn't be good out about stuff.
So Brian's joining us. Ryan just hopped on. Great, you guys.
If you want to do.
Jeez.
Dad,
Carla.
I forgot to mention an idea
I see
I
that.
had last week to Katie that I didn't mention before.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah, we'll talk about it at the end of the
What are you doing?
chat.
Okay, yep.
You know, Jeff, does he help?
Okay. I'll talk to you in a little
Look
bit.
over there.
Oh, here comes
Bye,
John.
Time for her to get off the phone, too.
Oh, Debbie,
Yeah.
my mom is gonna join.
Oh, great. That's awesome, Logan. She
What do
can
you
hop
know?
on whenever she can. Here comes John.
Oh, a lot of people are coming out now.
Couple people are still hopping on. Yep, John just is joining us now. There's John Berlante and John Taggart's on his way.
Hello.
I wore a long sleeve
Hello.
today, Deb. It's cold out.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, John. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, Kathy.
Rain too on my birthday.
I see you, Bobby.
See a lot of people.
John
Megan, are you
Berlante
going
is
to
a
be
fellow board
home
member.
later?
Yeah, I've
Hey,
been
Dad.
out all night.
Hey,
Oh,
John.
good. I can drop off your presents then.
Okay.
Like a gallery view so you can see everyone?
Hey, Carla.
Hi, Carla.
Debbie.
Oh, guess who's joining us now? Mr.
Oh,
Bob.
yes.
And here comes Ashley. She's one of our new global messengers too.
Oh, Ashley's nice.
There's
Come on.
Ashley.
Global
Hey, Ashley, how you
messenger.
doing?
You go to boss.
Ashley.
We got the boss today, huh?
Hey, well, you got the boss coming on. She's my boss.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
Hi,
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Brian or which one?
Jolie.
It's nice to see you, Bo.
Hey, Bo.
Hey, Bo.
Hey, Bo.
Great.
All right, you guys. It's just about 4 o'clock and we've got 27 people on this call, which is fantastic.
I'm gonna mute myself.
Wonderful. That's one of our
Okay.
good. I think everybody wants to hear from Michelle today, huh?
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm watching you.
Yeah.
All right, I'm
I
going to ask
almost
everybody
make
to
it.
either put yourself on mute
I know,
or just kind of
I know.
keep quiet so you can let Michelle talk and we can hear her really well. And if you have any questions, you can type them into the chat box, okay?
Yep.
But
I'm
if
using
you
this one
put
for
yourself
tomorrow.
on mute while Michelle talks, that would be great. We'll give her the floor. And just to introduce her one more time. Hold on, we got somebody else to let in here.
Tomorrow.
Who's going to join us, which
Because
is
you don't poke at me.
but it's my great
The rebel
pleasure
poke,
to
it's still out of
introduce
my hand.
the chair of our board of directors for Special Olympics Connecticut, and also the president
I gotta get
of
it in a
Labor
minute.
and Public Sector at
It's falling right
MagnaCare,
out of my
Michelle
hand.
Zettergren. So everybody,
I'm not mad.
give Michelle a warm welcome and put yourself on mute and let's hear her speak.
Hi, everybody. This is I thank you all very, very much for having me here today. I called Debbie twice. I'm so nervous about presenting to all of you because I know you've had an opportunity to hear from some really dynamic people over the last few months. And I was intrigued with a lot of the questions that you all had. So I'm hoping that we can have the same kind of dialogue and discussion as well. I'm going to talk to you today about leadership. I think it's a really good topic for us to discuss, especially since all of you are leaders in your roles as global messengers and mentors. We just went through a big presidential election, and there's a lot about leadership, and I think it's a really good topic for us to talk about. To give you a little background on myself, as Debbie mentioned, I'm the president of my company here in New York. I'm the first woman president in the company in our 30-year history, so that's kind of exciting for all of us ladies. Yay. For me to lead in that role. And if you were to ask my brother and sister, they would tell you that I was bossy from the time I was very little. So they said I was like the bossiest ever, and they said I always thought I was in charge. So that's a lot of the feedback you would get from my family about me. But you don't have to have president in your title. You don't have to be the chair. You don't have to have a title to make you a leader. You all, as I mentioned, are leaders, and leaders are really people that inspire others to be the best that they can be. I mean, if you think about what you do today in your role, is you're really helping other people reach their goals. You're inspiring them to want to be the best that they can, and you help celebrate with them in the successes that they achieve, because you've really invested yourself in the success of other people around you. And that's really what leadership is, and that's what makes really strong leaders. And it's why I find leadership so fascinating, because a lot of us and a lot of you have probably, this comes naturally to you. It feels natural for you to be a leader. Some of you, it may be a little bit more uncomfortable in some areas, but for all of us as leaders, we really should be working on ourselves and our leadership capabilities all the time, because you really want to be able to always be able to inspire others and always make ourselves better, because making ourselves better helps us with, other people. So I was going to talk today a little bit about some of the qualities that make good leaders, and I thought we could have some conversation around some of those qualities. And for me, probably the first and most important quality is really around being honest and having integrity. And, if you think about our presidential election that we just went through and everything that you heard about the presidential election, a lot of, it was important what everybody stood for as far as how they wanted to run the country and what they thought about different things. But how much did you hear how important it was about the integrity of the people, their morals, their ethics, how honest they are about the information that they share with us as Americans? That became really a very important, pivotal part of the presidential election. And for all of us, in order for us to inspire people and have them want to follow us, we have to be honest, we always have to be good communicators, and we also have to have the utmost ethics and integrity at all times. Even when things are hard and we have to make hard decisions, we have to do so where we always need to be honest and make most ethical decisions that we can. And that says a lot about us as people, as humans. That's how we're respected by others, and that's probably the most important factor when we think about leadership, is really honesty. Would you all agree?
Yep. Yes.
Yes.
And people know when you're not honest. People can tell when you don't have ethics and integrity. And you know what? You can feel it with other people as well too, because you know when someone's being authentic and when they're not being authentic. And that's probably one of the most important pieces. And what happens is people respect you, because they respect what you're doing and what you're presenting and what you're reflecting. And that really helps you in becoming a leader and being able to inspire others. The next one is kind of fun. The next one is really about confidence. In order for you to be a good leader, you actually have to have a lot of confidence. You got to have a little swagger when you come in the room. You got to, feel good about yourself and the information that you're presenting. You got to ooze confidence, because when you have that confidence, people will get excited about it and they want to follow you. You don't want to be overly confident, because then you kind of come across as being a little snotty or snobby or, you know, pretentious, and you don't want that. But you do want to have confidence that you're walking in, even if you're nervous inside. Like, I'm nervous today to talk to all of you. But even when you're nervous inside, you still have to have that confidence. And some of that might be the way you stand up, the way you walk into the room, how you present the information, how you share the information. If you have that confidence, then everyone around you is going to feel that confidence, and that gives off energy. And all of that energy is stuff that people feed on. So I think confidence is also another big factor as a leader. Would you agree?
Yes.
Yes.
How do some of you present confidence when you are presenting or when you're in different meetings?
If you want to raise your hand or unmute yourself, we'll go one at a time. Anybody raising their hand? Oh, there's Allie. She's raising her hand.
Yeah. The only time I feel confident is when I have to say too many lines at once. I just take one word at a time. And then, like, when I introduced Tim Shriver at the Society's event, it took me a while to get my confidence going. And then I introduced him, and then I didn't expect him to call me 1,000 times to read paragraphs with him. And Tim is like a good friend of mine.
Okay, I think Doreen had something to share too. Doreen, I'm sorry, Logan, unmute yourself there so we can hear you. Logan, click the microphone down at the bottom there. Oh, Logan, we can't hear you.
I feel confident when I have a lot of confidence when I go up, and I don't like speaking in front of a lot. Speaking, I was so nervous about going to Miss Amazing and speaking in front of those people.
Yeah, it can, you know, and that's the interesting thing about confidence. You're right. There can be times when it's really hard to show that confidence because you're actually really kind of nervous inside. And
that's what I am. And then I prove myself that I could do it.
And you know what? That's a really good point, because being able to make yourself confident enough that you can do it and telling yourself that you can do it is the same way you inspire other people as a leader. And it really is the other factor that's important in leadership is really about inspiration. Because everything that you do when you're presenting or you're working with other people as a leader is really about inspiring others. Why do they want to follow you? Why do they want to listen to you? Why do they look up to you, you know, as a leader? And you know, people do. They look at you as leaders and they aspire to what it is that you're doing. They don't know you're nervous when you're presenting. They have no idea, because you have that confidence and you're prepared and you get in front of everybody and you introduce yourselves and you're talking to people all the time. And even though you might be really nervous inside, nobody else knows that. And instead they see you and they say, wow, I want to be like that. I want to be like them. I want to be able to do the same thing. So you really inspire people to be the best that they can be. And that's really what's important about a leader, because a leader really wants everybody that's working with them and following them to be able to be the best that they can offer, to reach their goals. Yes, you have a comment, Abby?
I think you're on mute. We have a couple comments, actually. Abby, if you want to go first, you can unmute yourself.
All right, yeah. I've actually spoken in front of people before, and I felt very confident.
That's good.
The last time I spoke was in front of our self-advocacy group where I work. I did a big, huge presentation on my trip to Seattle.
That's great. And did you have people come up to you and tell you what a great job you did?
Yeah, they asked questions and they applauded at the end.
And it feels good, right?
Right.
Yeah, I'll talk. I'm in a meeting. I'll talk to you later.
So Michelle, we have a couple hands up. Do you want to kind
Okay.
of keep going and save them for the end, or do you want to take them now? What do you prefer?
We can take them now. That's okay.
Okay, I think, well, Natasha, she shared in the chat box. Natasha, do you want to comment, or would you like me to read this? You can unmute if you'd like to unmute there.
Okay, so, okay, for me, I have here, I have confidence in myself. I stay calm and I breathe before I present.
Good advice. Very good advice. Because you do. Sometimes you got to take like a really deep breath and kind of say to yourself, okay, calm down, talk slow, be loud. Don't worry about hundreds of people in front of you. My mother used to tell me, think about them all in their underwear. That would make me more nervous. But you're right. That's a really good suggestion, because you have to be able to be calm in order to be able to share with everybody.
Because the reason why is because I am a self-advocate coordinator in the DDS Waterbury office, because I actually do the same thing there.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent.
I think Brittany's been raising her hand for a while there. Brittany, do you want to go next?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Britt.
I lost confidence when I broke my ankle, but I didn't get it back until April.
So that's why we haven't seen you for a little while, but you're back in action now, huh?
Yeah.
Excellent. Thanks for sharing that. I think Kimberly also has her hand up there, and then Erin.
So basically, whenever I do like any speeches, I try to take my time, not to rush. Especially you don't want to get your words all messed up.
Right.
Because I'm trying to get like more confidence myself when speaking, especially
I'm looking.
especially with lots of people. I actually did a speech once for a wedding once, and I was really confident in myself and just trying to like take my time, and ended up turning out good. And I really enjoy doing that. And doing speeches is fun, and it's just if you just take your time, take a breath, and knowing that you can do something that is really special.
That's right. Because it is something special, that's another very good point. One of the other factors of being a good leader is being a good communicator. And that's what a lot of you are sharing. And, communication is so important, because people really listen to what you have to say. And when you say it from your heart and when you mean it, what you're sharing with everybody, people can tell. And they appreciate that. That communication is so important. And that's why, and I'm sure when a lot of you present and you have the opportunity to give speeches, a lot of people probably come up to you afterwards and say, that was really great. You did a good job. And you've inspired them with your words, because the clarity of your communication is so important. We have a lot of hands up.
Do you want to keep going with the questions, Michelle?
Sure.
Okay, let's go to Aaron next. I think he's had his hand up for a while there. Aaron, I think you're on mute. Sorry. So you guys, if you have questions, you can feel free to unmute yourself there. There you go.
Debbie.
All right, gotcha.
Debbie.
Okay, Jake,
How you
we'll
doing?
get to you. Don't worry.
Hi,
All right.
that's fine.
Well, right now though, I'm with the self-advocacy for ARC of Eastern Connecticut. My conference is to not be afraid to say words sometimes, but then sometimes you always come up with your own ideas, because your brain just works.
Right.
But when I did my first speaking for Special Olympics, I was a little nervous at first though, but then I had to do my prayer first though. So I had to pray first, and then I had to go talk to the people at the news channel 4, and then when I walked up and I was like, all right, so I had a paper and everything else, and I said to myself, I said, you know what, just go ahead and just wing it, because that right there, when you wing it and everything else, though, that's when your confidence come out though. And I had to do that one speech though, and then I had to do another speech, and Kevin Owens was on the other side. So I mostly did one speech, and I tried everything else. So, and I'll try to make people laugh just a little bit though. And I was like, really? But it was worth it. But like I said, once this whole pandemic is over, and I hope we do get back into Special Olympics, guarantee you though, we're gonna have mad speeches though, and I'll tell you that right now. But thank you.
No, thank you. That's great feedback. We have some more hands up, Debbie.
Why don't we go to Megan, the birthday girl, right next to you there? She's had her hand up for a while.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
We'll do a big song for at the end of the meeting, okay? How's that, you guys?
Sounds good.
Go ahead with your question, Megan.
I feel confident. I focus on myself because one of my friends of mine makes me stress. One of my friends of mine, it gave me stress.
I don't think we can hear her though. I think her
I can't
mic
hear
is-
it either.
Yeah, I think her mic is off though.
Yeah. Megan, we'll come back to you. How's that? Because you're not muted, but
A microphone.
Probably her microphone's probably off or something.
yeah. Okay, we'll go back to her. I think Justin, one of our new global messengers, he had his hand up. Let's go to Justin. We're gonna unmute Justin. I'm gonna go ahead and unmute all you guys. Go ahead and unmute Justin. Sorry about that. Just click the little microphone down at the end there. There you go.
Hi, Michelle.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. As Debbie told you, I'm a new global messenger for the program. I've been doing Special Olympics since 1999 for the town of Wethersfield. And also, I've worked at Stop and Shop supermarkets for over 20 years.
Ooh.
And in that time, the prior manager who left had a ton of confidence in me, so much so that he put me in charge of being the executive vice president of all the nonprofits we work with.
Nice.
So I can with those guys.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good.
Good job, Justin.
Way to go.
All right, let's go over to Jake.
Way to go.
Thank you.
Jake had his hand up there for a while. Go ahead, Jake.
I remember being a global messenger in 2012, and I knew what stuff Nora taught me, like eye contact and looking at other people. And I being doing it, and I just filling up to myself with telling the sports that I do and everything else. And I've been up at WARC since 2006 doing some jobs up there in the beaches.
Okay, I'm just seeing if there's anybody else that hasn't talked yet, and then we'll let Michelle kind of pop back in. Just seeing if there's anybody who. Christy, did you want to say something? I think I had you on mute.
No.
Okay.
I just no.
I think Alicia's got her hand up. We'll hop over to Alicia. You're on mute. I'm just taking you off mute. Click the little microphone in the corner, Alicia, so we can hear you. You with us, Alicia? I think you just froze there. Maybe I just froze.
If that's it also, and 7 accuracy program from the Zettergren also, in my summer. So I did bowling also, and I did other stuff. So I feel confident now with that stuff.
Hey, thanks for sharing, Alicia. I think we're going to go to one more question from Allie, and then we'll toss it back to Michelle. How does that sound?
Thank you. But I was gonna say, back in the summer, I did an interview with Tim and Kenny Mayne. It was a little nerve-wracking at first of what questions Kenny was gonna ask me, but then I got confident. I got to ask him questions, and then he got to ask me questions. I thought it was pretty cool to see Kenny again.
That's really cool. You know, a lot of your stories and what you shared, thank you so much for sharing all of that. You know, really talks about, because you guys are such great leaders, really talks about one of the other factors of leadership, and that's about how you overcome challenges. Because people really look to leaders when things are tough and when things are difficult. So a lot of what you're sharing about, you know, being nervous before you present and being able to calm yourself and put yourself in that position, or the fact that some of you have played the sports before and been involved in different sports, so you know what it's like, you know, to learn a new sport, to participate in a new sport. You know what it feels like when you win. You know what it feels like when you're not getting exactly what you want to. You guys know all of that. And so what happens is you understand all of the people that you're talking to and you're meeting with, but more importantly, you know how to overcome challenges, because, you know, when things are tough, that's when people look to leaders to see how you're going to behave when something's tough. So think about like right now with COVID. No one expected all of this to be going on with the pandemic, and we're not having our games, and we're doing things virtual.
Yeah.
Not each other. I mean, think about the challenges that you are all facing right now, you know, as messengers and as leaders, and trying to inspire everybody and keep them excited about things. But it's so different. No one expected the world to be like it is right now. And this is a huge challenge. And how you guys overcome that challenge, and you still inspire others, and you still participate, and you're still doing what you're doing. People look up to you, because how you decide to handle a situation and how you decide to address a challenge, people will want to follow you and do the same things. So I'm sure you're all participating in a lot of the virtual activities that we're doing, and your participation has others excited about participating as well. And it's a real example of how leaders really handle challenges that are in front of them. And that's what really kind of separates us, because, you know, everybody is looking for that leadership when things are really tough. And this has been a tough time. I'm sure you all agree.
Yep.
Yep. Absolutely. Michelle, we have a couple more hands up. Are you willing to take
One more.
All right, Carla's been waiting patiently. Let's hop over to Carla.
I have a question for the guest.
Michelle, yeah?
You, Michelle?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been doing a couple sports over the years with West Hartford, and I've been global messenger for a little while. But one time my family, I had to do something for my school, like I think was a meeting or something, and I was a little bit scared to talk. I just said, I found a voice in myself all the way deep down, and I said, I have to say it. So I said it, and it's not easy, but I just trust my heart, and I just went what I had to say. It just came out of the blue. I didn't know what it was. Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, I was a little bit nervous, but I was not scared for when I did my first opening ceremony. I was a little bit scared, but there was another athlete, global messenger from West Hartford, Ray. he helped me to not get so scared. He helped me not to be afraid when it was my first time.
Good for you.
Can I say
Okay,
that
let's
one
hop
more?
over to Dan. Dan's had his hand up for a while there, and then we'll go to Ryan, okay?
All right. I got a question I made to ask you.
Yes.
I knew my people here, and they call me Dan the Man. And I love good comments. And where I do honesty, respect, people here. I work for Big Y, and I help with all customers. And I do care about them a lot. And they know me very, very well.
You know, Dan, that's really great feedback, because one of the other, you know, pieces of leadership is really about humility. And humility is really, the bottom line is about caring about others. It's about caring about others before yourself. And what you just described, and caring about your customers, or other athlete partners, as it was shared before, you know, that's really what makes great leaders, because people feel that. When you care about them and you show that, and you're really worried about how they feel, you want to make sure they're happy, you care about who they are as a person, people feel that. And that is something that's a real strong leadership quality as well. It probably comes natural to you, Dan, but it's so important as leaders that we make people feel they want to know that we care about them. You care what they have to say. You care about who they are. You care about their success. You care if they're having a bad day or a good day. And people can tell when you really care about who they are. You know, being a leader, sometimes we can feel like, oh, we have this, you know, we're global messengers, or I'm the president of the company, and because I'm president, you do this. But that's not what a leader does. A leader really wants to make, we want the people around us to feel really good about who they are, and we want to inspire them.
Yeah, thank you being as a good host.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's hop over to Ryan, and then we're going to go to Ashley. So Ryan, you're up next.
Okay. My question for the guest is, if an athlete is on the board, SOCT does have to take notes and share his ideas.
Well, we actually have a board member here on, so maybe John can share a little bit, you know, of his comments as well too. But typically what we'll do is our athletes who participate in the board, they don't have to take notes. We usually have somebody at the meeting that, you know, take notes. But we do have, as part of our agenda, we do have our athletes kind of share an athlete report and give us an update as to what's going on with the athletes, different, you know, activities and different things that you may be contemplating, you know, as a group. And that's always something that's shared as well. I don't know if John, Debbie wants to make some comments as, you know, being a board member, what that's like.
Sure, John, where are you? I'm looking for you, John. Oh, there you are. Yep, unmute yourself there, and we'd love to hear from you. There you go.
Hello, here I am. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Perfectly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what was people asking me? I'm sorry, I had myself on mute. I had to get myself off mute.
The question was
sorry.
if you have to take notes if you're on the board as an athlete, and kind of, you know, what you do on the board as an athlete member.
Oh yeah. Well, I listen to what the board is providing, and then I read the athlete report, and what Kelly Bigelow, that's Bo's, the president's secretary. I actually read the athletes report, and I get you guys ready for the upcoming events.
Correct. Thanks, John.
Definitely.
Okay, let's
Thank
hop
you.
over to Ashley's question. Ashley, I'm gonna unmute you. If you could just click your little microphone down at the corner there.
Hi.
Hear from you. Hey.
Hi, my name is Ashley. I'm the new global messenger. I just want to say thank you to Ray's not on, but Carla and Ray for helping me out to be a global messenger. Because there's 3 of us now as what's her for the global messenger.
We're so happy to have you, Ashley.
That's a good leadership right there.
Yeah, it
You're
is.
part of our family right now, Ashley. So just be proud of
Yeah,
that.
welcome aboard.
You're
Welcome to the family, Ashley.
You should be proud of. Be proud right now to be part of our. You are part of our family, so welcome.
And I want to say welcome to Abby Snyder.
Oh, can I just say one more thing?
Go ahead.
I know I'm supposed to be on this meeting, but my dog had surgery, and I was wondering if I could go spend time with my dog.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Ashley. We'll send you the report of this. We wish you all well.
Yeah, we'll send
take care of the dog.
send us your love to your dog and you. We got we got you.
Me
Right.
too, Ashley. Don't worry. Me as well.
Yeah.
We're all here for you.
Yep.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Ashley.
Thank you.
Michelle,
Yes.
since you are president, of New York, and like,
Sad.
I was wondering, could I share your email somehow?
Sure. I can have Debbie forward that out to folks so that they have that. Yep, absolutely.
Because since I'm a self-advocate coordinator from the West Region Waterbury Roland office, would you like to explain what you do actually?
Sure. So I'm the president for a company called MagnaCare here in New York City. And we provide health insurance primarily to large employers here in New York City. We do a lot with the labor unions. So we do a lot with the grocery store employees. We do their health insurance. We provide health insurance for a lot of the construction trades that are building the buildings here in New York City. We do a lot with a variety of different people and providing them coverage if they live in New York, New Jersey, and or Connecticut. So that's what we do here. It's not super exciting, but it's important because health insurance is very important. You all know if you have a medical need or you need to see the doctor, it's important to make sure that you have some coverage to be able to pay for that. So it's important for us to be able to offer that for folks so that they can get the care that they need and be comfortable that it will be covered.
Thank you.
That's good.
Excellent.
So this was a great conversation, really good. And what was really exciting about it to me is that it's so clear to me that you guys are all natural leaders. I mean, you knew everything I was going to say before I even said it. And your comments were all very much right on target with what's important about being a leader. And, I just think it's something that as we all like to lead and we all take on this responsibility, it's also important for us to know that it's something we have to work on all the time. But it sounds like all of you are doing that today and you're representing Special Olympics in such a fantastic way. And you're doing everything that you can to be as strong of a leader, especially in such a difficult time that we're having right now. And I say kudos to all of you because you are all impressive to me. I find that I like to learn from other people. And, you know, a lot of you shared how others are helping you or you've helped other people. I've learned stuff from you today, so I thank you for that. And a lot of what you shared are things that that will help me be a better leader. I hope some of the stuff I shared with you would be helpful as you think about, you know, what you do as well. I'll share with you my final comment. This was a quote that I thought was really good about leadership. And it says, "A leader is someone who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way." And I'm sure if you think about it, that's what you're all doing, you know, each day. And as the chairperson for the Board of Special Olympics, I can't tell you how important you are to our organization and how great it is what you do to support us and to support our athletes. And I just thank you so much. I'm just so proud to be a part of the organization. And I'm proud that you gave me an opportunity to even speak with you today. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
You're welcome.
You're very welcome.
Let's give Michelle a great round of applause to show her thanks for her time and her expertise.
Encore.
If we didn't get to anybody, you can email me any questions or any comments you have, and we'll share them for sure. And I think we should wrap up this meeting with something very.
I just got one last one.
What's that?
Yeah, and you said you were gonna get to my idea.
Oh, okay. Yep. If we have, Michelle, you have a few more minutes, or do you need that?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, go ahead, Allie.
Okay, well, here was my idea. I forgot to mention last week when we talked to Katie. We were discussing ideas for future things. And my idea is, once this is over, we should have a big victory party at a nice place.
Yes.
And
Yes.
the athletes can do like thank you speeches for people from the past that talked to us on Zoom. And then maybe present like awards or something to all of them or something like that.
Absolutely.
And have like food or something. What you think?
Thumbs up.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Looking
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
I
each
think
of us
we
has
should
built a
do a
message
whole.
that
I think we should
say
do a whole
one
shit
good
thing
thing
for
about
everybody.
Can I have one more?
One more, Alicia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Michelle, I have a quick question for you. Okay, my family is from New Jersey also. Mike and my mother and my granddaughter, right? Do you do healthcare babies or no?
So they're in New Jersey?
Yeah.
And I missed the second part of your question.
Okay.
So
My family is in New Jersey. Okay.
okay.
Do you do like healthcare for babies? Yes.
Yes. Yep. We cover babies too. So you know, it's possible that they could have us for their insurance.
Okay. I did not. I didn't know that just now.
I sent you a text, Michelle, to say hi to my friend Adam Kilpatrick if you run into him.
Okay, absolutely.
Yeah, because I think he
involved
does
with the
insurance
Pacific,
too.
too.
I think he works like with the New York area as well, even though he lives
Okay,
in New
great.
Jersey.
I will
I did
definitely
get
look out
involved
for
with the
him.
Pacific also. I did swimming and bowling and fun stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, guys, it looks like, could you have time for two quick more questions? And then we have to sing
Absolutely.
happy
Yes,
birthday to Megan, and then
This
we'll
is
let
great.
everybody go eat their dinner. Okay,
This is
Justin
great.
and Brian, that's it. If you guys have any more questions, just email them to me. But go ahead, Justin.
Hey, Debbie, can you tell everyone what a unified banner champion school is?
Oh, great question. Great question.
I'm
So,
curious too.
yeah, so we have 63 what have been designated Unified Champion Banner schools, and they are schools, high schools and middle schools and elementary schools that receive that distinction from Special Olympics International because they are outstanding examples of not only having great unified sports programs, athletic programs, but also including people throughout the school. So they have an environment of inclusion and acceptance for all students and all faculty. So they do,
Yeah, I saw
throughout
something
the
like
school,
that.
not just sports, so much more. So
My,
that's
my,
why
my,
those
my
schools get
teacher
that
got the
distinction.
award.
Great question.
Yeah.
Okay, Ryan, one last question. Okay, take it away, Ryan.
Okay, I have a question for the guest.
Go ahead.
My question is, guess what I'm doing right now? I am doing.
He's frozen.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's back.
You're back.
Okay.
Go ahead, Brian.
Hello.
Go ahead,
What
Ryan.
are you doing, Ryan, right now? We saw you frozen.
Oh.
Sorry. I am doing I'm starting an inclusion campaign for Special Olympics with Debbie Horn.
Yep, we're putting together a plan, right?
Yes.
What's that?
I have a quick question for Debbie.
Oh.
Can I invite the guest on my campaign?
Let's talk about this after the call, okay? That'd be great, Ryan. I'd love to talk to
Yeah,
you.
tell
Give
me
a call.
about that.
All right. I think it's time to sing happy birthday to Megan McCormick.
Yay!
All right, on the count of 3, everybody. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Megan.
Happy
birthday
to you. And one more big round of applause for Michelle. Thank you so much.
Wait, one last thing. Over in New York, do they have self-advocate coordinators where you are actually?
I don't know for sure if they have them with the Special Olympics program in New York, but I can check with Bo. Bo would probably know the answer to that, and I can follow up.
What exactly is a self-advocator anyway?
You should talk about that next time on this call with your next, maybe before guest, because Department of Developmental Services has that and certain agencies do. But New York does have global messengers, I will tell you that.
In the meeting.
How sophisticated they are, I don't know, but I'll find out, and then we'll let Debbie know, and she'll let you all know the next time you have a meeting.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Bo.
Bye, Bo.
Thank you, Bo. Thank you.
Bye, Bo.
You all did a great job.
Thank you, everybody.
Take care. Michelle.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you all for being here today. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Stay safe.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye.
Bye.